Hello and welcome to my craft room. My name is Michelle Wells. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Tasmania, Australia. Welcome to Fun Fold Friday. So before we get started, I'll just have a look and see if I can find myself on my computer. And if you hop on, please let me know where you're watching from, because I'd like to say hi to you. And if you watch this back on YouTube, please give me the thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment, because it'll be all appreciated. Okay, so I'm going to have a look and see if I can find myself up here, and it says that I am live now, so we'll see how we go. Okay, so I'm just going to click on that. Oh, there you go, it's all working well today, so hopefully I'm in view. So I might just have to take that down just a little bit. We'll just see how I go. But anyway, it's all good. So, before we get started making the card that you've probably already seen the card that I'm going to create today. But during the month of March, we're in that month now, you can save 20% off this little mini cut and emboss machine. So it's so cute, it's like really portable, so I thought I'd show you today. And it just opens up like that, and then you have your little plates that go in there. So I'm going to be using this today in my live, so I'll pop them in there so we can get that ready. But this closes up, and it's like the big one, but a smaller version. So you can save 20% off this month. So instead of paying $104, you'll pay $83 for this little baby. So plus along with a few other like bundles that have already gone through last week. But if you would like to know any of those, please contact me. But I am going to put a picture up, and I'm going to be going through each of these bundles anyway and showing you as we go. So but if you're interested in those, please get in contact with me. So I will move this off to the side because we don't, but isn't it just gorgeous? So he's a mini baby from the other version. So hi Kathy, thanks for joining. So we're going to create this card today, and this one's called, I actually got this idea from a couple of places, from Mixed Up Craft, and I think I got it off Lisa Curcio as well. So, and there's another, I actually seen another one from somewhere else as well. But yeah, so I thought I'd create this again today. So yeah, so we're going to get started. I can see myself, and can you just let me know if I'm clear and it's not too dark? So because it's very overcast here today. So hi Sally, how are you? Thanks for joining. So I hope your little doggy's getting better and better. So alrighty, so we're going to get started, and I'm going to create this, but I'm going to I'm changing the colors today. So yeah, this one they call it a fold back pop-up card. So but yeah, so there's a few different names: pop-up card, fold back pop-up card. I'm just going to call it a fun fold card because it's easier. But yeah, I thought it was quite cute. So but anyway, we're going to create that. So I'm going to sit that there, and I'm just going to give you the options of, we're going to use we're using the, what's it called, Friendly Hello. This is a free bundle with Celebration, and we've still got until the 16th of this month to get these, because we got it extended. So I'm just trying to find room. So yeah, so hello friend. So if you place a $180 order, you will get this stamp set and the DSP. So you can tell I've nearly used the whole pack of one. So, but it's really gorgeous. But I've already got some pre-cut out. So we're going to use the hope you have the best birthday. So we're going to use that sentiment on the front, and we're going to use some of this DSP. But I've already got that already done. So I'm thinking of, I want to create either a shaded spruce or a petal pink, and I'll show you the pieces that we're going to go with. So that design there, put that up there so you can see it, or that one there with the shaded spruce. So which one would you like me to create? So, and we're also, the inside I'm going to change it up, because in this one here we've got the little dots, but I'm going to change it up to this one this time, so I'm going to get that out as well. So we're going to, that's going to be on the inside of the piece. So which would you prefer me to make? So would you prefer shaded spruce or petal pink? So I've made a petal pink one in a different card before, so I'll just have a sip of my coffee. And so it's all good. Thanks, Sally. And she's getting better. I know I've chatted with you a few times about it. So yeah, our little doggy sometimes, well, mine's not little, mine's a big girl. She's a border collie. So, but I'm just going to have a little drink. So okay, so I haven't got any, probably been a little bit delayed with the comments. So which would you prefer me to do? Or I'm just looking at the time, I wonder if I could do both of them. How about if I do both? I could do both of them and see how they both turn out. We might do that. So alright, if anyone gives me a preference of one or the other, but we might just do both. So I've got my pieces here, and these are 8 by 5.5. So this is my normal colour. So I'm just going to grab my trimmer out. I'll need to do a few things with this one, so I'll pop them aside. So I might just cut all my designer series paper up. So that one there, we need to go that way because we need to have the birds going up. So I'm just going to cut this 1/4 inch smaller, like to like my insides here, so my pieces. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. My first piece I'm going to cut at, I'm just going to have a look at my measurements here. So just make sure I'm doing the right thing. 1 3/4. So we're going to have 1 3/4. So we need 2 pieces of this. Oh, actually we'll need one piece 1 3/4 because we're going to use the other. So 1 3/4 is my first cut there, and then I'm going to cut that down to 5 1/4. So 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. But I will have I'm going to send all the measurements out in an email, so if you're on my email list you'll get all the measurements. So that I've got one at 1 3/4, and see I didn't want to use that one on the other side because it was just too much, because on the back of the purple one you could turn it over and it had that nice floral, these like dots, but I felt that was a bit too much on the back, so I'm not going to use that piece. But we'll need a piece to go on the inside here. So that's the same length, 5 1/4. So we need a piece that's 5 1/4. And then this piece here is going to be 1. I think that was right. 1. Yeah, 1. And that's just going to sit on the little piece on the inside. Okay, so we're going to go, if I can find 1. Okay, and I should have done it on that side, hopefully it, so that's piece there. So we've got 1 by 5 1/4, and we've got one piece that's 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. So that's those 2 pieces. And then we will need a piece of this one here, which is 1 3/4. So I might have the stripes going down today. It's not going to really matter because they're going to go on an angle anyway. So 1 3/4. And 5 1/4. So that's that piece. And then we need another piece that is, okay, get that piece. So we need another piece that is, okay, we need, just trying to think what I need now. Okay, I'm a bit confused now. I've lost where my squares are. I've wrote these down fairly quickly and I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I'm just going to have a measure at that one. I'm confusing myself and I'm confusing you all today. Hi Lisa, how are you? Thanks for joining. So I'm just going to grab I had my ruler here and it was sitting right beside me because I felt that I'd need that. I've got my measurements here and so I'm just going to measure that piece there, and I think that one was, yeah, that was 3 3/4 square, so I need 3 3/4 square, and I'm just trying to, I did write it down here, but okay, I'm going to write that down so I don't confuse myself. So I need a 3 3/4 square, and the DSP, that's cardstock, and the DSP will go down, and I think that's 3.5. That's right, 3.5. Actually, I did write it down here, so don't worry, I'm having one of those days. So we're going to cut this at 3 3/4 square, so we need a 3 3/4 square. I'll go through those measurements again with you. So, okay. Actually, I might just stick with doing the shaded spruce one today because I'll be here all day otherwise. So, I'm just going to get all those out of the way, and I'll go back with all those measurements in a minute. So now we're going to grab a piece of the shaded spruce, and I'll just see if this is big enough. And what do we need? Okay, I cut that piece wrong, but that's okay. This piece here should be 3 3/4 by, that's all right. We'll cut that piece down. So your cardstock should be 3 3/4 square, and this piece should be 3.5 square. I knew I'd muck it up. Okay, this is why sometimes I pre-cut everything beforehand, because it's a lot easier. Alright, I'm going to go through all those again with you, and we also need a piece of white, and I don't think I bought that. Would that be big enough? Oh, that's just the right size. So we need a piece that is 3 by 5 1/4. So 3 by 5 1/4. Not that one. And we should get, hopefully we'll get our little circle, and we will. So okay, so I'm going to pop that down. I think I've got everything that I need. So, oh, and those little squares there. Okay, so we will need another piece of this. So I'll just grab that back again. I'll go through all these pieces when I cut them all, and I hope I'm not confusing you, so I know I'm confusing myself. So we need 2 1 3/4 squares, and we need one. I'm going to do the big one first, so we can get 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and that should be our big square there, and it is. And then I'll see if I can get the little ones out of this one. So we need 1 3/4, and look at that, that's just perfect, by 1 3/4. Sometimes mistakes works out to be in your favor. So, but like I said, if you're on my email list, you can get all the measurements on there, because I'll send out a picture of the card with all the measurements and that, and a bit of instructions. So I'm going to get rid of that piece there. So we're going to do the shaded spruce. So we've got a piece here, and I forgot to do that one. So, and I forgot to do the other pieces, but okay, I'm going to do them all while I'm here now. So I'm going to score this one at 4. So this is just my normal card base. So I'm just going to score that in half. Well, yeah, score at the halfway. So at 4. Right, and I better do these little pieces here first before I okay, my DSP. So that'd be 1.5 by, so that'd be 1.5. That piece there. Okay, actually, I've got that piece. So my little pieces, I need some little pieces to go on the inside. So they're 1.5. Okay, just going to go 1.5 that way. Okay. Okay, 1.5 by 1.5. So I hope everyone that's in the flood area is all safe, and I hope it's all disappearing. And I know I've been watching on the news, it's been quite horrible to watch, and I feel for everybody that's going through all that at the moment. So alrighty, so we've got a piece, our card base, and then we've got another piece that'll go like on the inside of here. So that piece was 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, and you need 2 pieces of those. So 2 pieces at 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Then you need a piece here that's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then 3.5 by 3.5 square. So that'll go on the inside of there. Then you have another piece here, which is, what did I say that one was? 2 3/4 square, and then you don't need another piece of that to go on top because we have the little doily that goes on top. Then you have 1.5 by 1.5, so you need 2 of those, and 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and you need 2 of those pieces. So I hope you've followed along. And this piece here is 3 by 5 1/4, and then this piece here is 1 by 5 1/4, and then this little piece is to do your stamping and your cutting out and that. So, and then I'll need another little piece to, another white shaded spruce piece to do all that, like to do your die cutting and that. Okay, so after all that and all the confusion, I will start doing this card base and show you how to do that. Okay, and this is the easy part, so then me stressing all that. So I hope you followed. Alright, I'm going to grab my trimmer out again. So we've scored that at 4, and this is like our normal card base. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop this into my cutter, and I'm just going to take one piece. I'll show you if you was doing it this and you had your normal piece. I'll just show you on this piece. So you'd have your 8 by 5 1/2. So on your 8 1/2, on your 8-inch side, you'll do your first score at 2. Get that out of the way. So you'd score that at 2, and then you'd slide that along, and then you'd do that at 4. And then that'll give you, I'll show you in a minute. I'll do this one before I forget to do that one. So then that'd give you, like, you do your 2, and then you go along and do your 4, which I've already scored mine. And I'm going to get that out of the way. You don't need that anymore. So then you'd fold that one, and then you'd fold that up, and then that gives you your Z fold. So you just got your Z fold then. So then what you do, once you've done that, you shut your card, so you've like, it's just your normal folded card. And then we're going to bring that in, and I lied, about needing the trimmer. We do, again. So now I'm just going to pop this in, and with the folded edge, you've got the folded edge here, like shut. Bring that up and line your your folded edge up to the top, and then we're going to go in, I think it was 1.5. I'll just have a double check. Yeah, 1.5. So I'm just going to go in 1.5, and I'm going to line that up on the 1.5 side here, and then I'm just going to score that, and I'm going to score that down to, and I might have to stand up for this one. Good morning, Karen. Thanks for joining from Manitoba in Canada. Wow. So I'm glad that you joined. So now I'm just going to score this, and I'm going to score that down to 3 3/4. So hopefully I've scored that down, and if it's gone too far, it won't matter. So, and that should have scored, and it didn't. Oh, it's just give me a faint line. So I'm just going to pop that back in again. So 1.5, and I think I need a good pressure on it this time. So, but you can do this with your stylus or your bone folder, and I'll see if I can do. I'm going to try that one again, and I'm just going to show you how easy it is just to bring your bone folder in and do that. So I've got that side on 1.5, and I'm just going to bring that down. I'm just going to eyeball that, so that's sort of going down to about 3 3/4, and I'm just going to flip that back over and do the same thing. So 1.5, and just going to bring that one down, just showing you how easy it is. You can do that, and then you flip it around, and then we're going to line those two up. So I stuck that at 3 3/4 because I know that that's roughly where it's gone. So once it's down there, and then I'll flip that down, and then I'll hover this over, and I'm just going to score down those lines there, and that sort of gives you your fold. But I'll show you, if you haven't got you can just see, you can use your bone folder and do the same thing. So you're lining those up, and that's sort of going to give you your little fold, and you'll see in a minute what I mean. So hope you followed on and understood that one. So now that when you cut down these little areas here, that'll give you your little fold like this at the back. But before we do that, before we cut it, I am going to cover all these with my designer series paper and everything like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go with these pieces here first. So this piece here is going to sit on top of that one, and make sure if you've got a pattern going. So my little birdies are going off to the side, but that's not going to matter because you probably won't see much of the birdies there. And then that piece will go on the inside there, and then this piece here will go on this side here. So we're just going to glue all those in there, and I'm not going to cut that yet until you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm just going to glue, and I've got a new glue, and I've got to be really careful. So I'm just going to glue this piece here into here, and so that's going on the inside, and I'm just going to give a little 1/4 inch all the way around. So and I've got glue up there. Okay, I'm just going to have a little look, and that's good. So I'm going to pop this piece here. Just got to remember it's a new glue and I don't come out too fast. So I'm going to pop that piece up there. I could have went pool party really, but I wanted to go the shaded spruce with this one because I thought it was quite, it looks like shaded spruce, but it could be black on the inside of that. But anyway, this is what I'm going to go with. So not quite like that. So then this piece here will go on the side there, and you want to pop this piece down before you pop your white piece down. So this is going to go on the end here, and sort of give yourself a little border around that as well. So, and because it's my birthday month, anybody that signs up to my newsletter, I am sending a whole heap of cards out at the end of the week. And if you have a look on my page, you've probably already seen them. But anybody that signs up to my newsletter I'll send out one of these cards to everybody that's on my newsletter, on my email list, and then you will, I'll send random, I'll have random tickets in each of, in some of the cards. So if you're lucky enough to get one of the tickets, then you let me know, and then I'll send you out a prize. So, but if you do live internationally, like if you, because I do have a few that live, you will get like a handmade card from me, or a handmade calendar. So that'll be my gift to you. So I'm happy to send that out. So, but I can't send any products out of Australia. So that's what I've got so far. So I've got all my bits and pieces done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut that piece there, and hopefully I might have to bring my trimmer in. I might just need to just give that one another little score now that I've got my pieces in there. So I'm just going to pop that to there, and I'm just going to use this one here, and I'm just going to go down that one, just give that one a bit of a crease, and hopefully it has gone through. Right, so now this is the easy part. Once you've cut this, and I've got to find my scissors, I'm just going to cut that down to that line. So I'm just cutting it down to the 3/4, like to that score line that we've made. So now you've cut that piece. This piece here, if you've cut it, so you're just going to push that through, and then that one's going to fold, and that one's, because I didn't score that, but once you get it going, you're sort of going to give it a push down, and it doesn't want to go. Okay. I should have just, I think because I used the okay, and then you're just going to give that, maybe I've just gone a bit too far with that one, and it's not working. How, that's what I mean, it never works out when you, so needs a bit more of a push in there, so that's better. Okay, why won't you go there? Okay, it's not wanting to go. I probably didn't score that far enough down there, so that's okay. That can be the new. Okay, dropping everything today. Okay, so probably didn't go far enough down there, but that's okay. So then once you've got that, then you've got that piece there. So, and for some reason this one's just not going like that one did today. I'm not really sure. So, but it's gone down now anyway. So just going to give that a crease. And okay, I'm going to try that again, and I'm just going to see why that one, it's going now. It's just, you've got to give it a little bit more, and I could have went down a little bit further with that one, but that's okay. So you're not going to really see, I've made a boo-boo there, but I'm going to try this one, and I'm just going to have another go and see how I go with this one. But maybe you need to glue all your bits and pieces on first, and then, so I'm going to try that one. I'm just going to quickly cut all those. We're going to end up doing both of these today because I don't want to leave you go along and do this, and I'm just going to try it with just the DSP this time, with none of the white bit. And okay, so I'm just going to cut this piece down to, what's it, 3 3/4. Okay, yep, 3 3/4. So we're going to cut this piece 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and I think because I've done it a little bit wrong. Okay, so then I'm actually going to flip this piece over, and no, I don't need any of that. So I need a piece for the inside. I need another piece to go on that piece there. So that was 1 3/4. Is that 1 3/4? Yeah, 1 3/4. Just double checking. 1 3/4. Does anybody else have days like that where everything goes just nicely, and then all of a sudden you go to do it alive and nothing goes how you plan it? So okay, I'll be doing 2 of these now, so you'll get to see 2 in. So then that one is 5 1/4. And I think that's where I went wrong. So I will show you how to do it this way. So this piece here, before we do any of the cutting here, we're going to pop all these pieces on. So I think that's where I made the mistake. So yeah, that one's pretty. So I'm going to have that one at the front. So before you cut it, like you do any of the scoring, pop all your pieces on first. And I think that's where I went wrong. So, or you could still do your, I'll do all that now, so you can still line it up better and that. Okay, so that piece is on. You're going to get to see what two of them look like now. So this piece here is going to go on the other side, and I just don't want to leave you like confused. I've confused you enough at the start. So, and then this piece here will go on the inside, and I may finish this one later and show you how to do this one, or maybe I'll just continue on and do both of them. I just need a little bit more glue there. Okay, then this piece here, instead of putting the white, I'm just going to go the whole like piece here. This, like I said, this piece will be 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, and make sure if you've got a pattern piece that it's going the right way. So, and that's that there. So now what we'll do is close that piece up, and I'm going to bring my trimmer out. You made this card yesterday? Oh wow. Hi Susan, thanks for joining anyway too. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to 1 1/2 in, and I'm going to use this one here. I'm going to get my blade out of the way, and I'm just going to go to 3 3/4 on my, and I'm just going to score, and I know I'm bumping the table, and hopefully that's scored into there, and it has. I'm just going to pop that back over that side, and okay, 1 1/2 will go that way. Is that in? And I'm just going to do that side. Okay, and that's done there, and then I'm going to flip it over to that side, and I think it makes a difference with not having so much of the hard. Okay, and that should be enough. And then I'm going to pop that into the like the 3/4, and I think that was what I did on that one. That went in 3/4. I'm just going to double check that. So we went in the wrong side. Yeah, 3/4. So I'm just going to line that up at the 3/4, and I'm just going to line those two pieces up there, and I'm just going to score those, and hopefully that's done now, and it's done on even. I'm just going to flip that over just to make sure that I got that. And it makes it hard when you're trying to do it on camera. So if you're doing this at home, you'll be able to see exactly where you're going. So now, put the lid back on that. So now I'm going to cut up to that line there, and then I'm going to cut up that line there. So now, hopefully, when I flip this forward, it's going to go where I want it to go. So, and maybe because I haven't scored those lines enough, but once you take those, and that's going to go in there. Okay, going the wrong way. And then we're just going to score that, and that's a lot better. It's worked out better this time. And then that'll go there, and that gives you your C fold with your little piece there. So when you get it down, push it down and give this a good crease, and I hope that I've explained that better. And I'm just going to turn that over, and that's a lot better than the other way, but it's still, like, the other one's still as good. So there you go. So that's, like, you can see where I've mucked up on that one, but I think because I didn't glue everything down, but that's okay. This one can be my piece that gives me that idea anyway. So there you go. So that's how glue your pieces down first, and then I should have went back and had a look at the video and to see exactly how she did it. So alrighty, so we're going to keep going with this one. So like I said, I've got all my pieces there, so I'm going to leave that one up there. And then this piece here, I'm going to do my stamping on, so I think that's my piece that I was going to stamp. And I'm going to stamp, like I said, that sentiment that said, hope you have the best birthday. So I'm going to stamp that just in Memento black ink. And so what colour did you do yesterday when you made yours, Susan? So what designer series paper did you use? And so I'm going to stamp that up, and I'm going to stamp that into the center, and like that. So I'm going to flip that one over, and green, oh, that would have been, what green did you use? So was it a Stampin' Up colour or just a different colour? So I'm just going to stamp that there, and hopefully that one turned out better, and it did. So I'm going to pop that there. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee before it goes cold, and pop that over there. So I'm just going to let that sit and dry for a second, and then I'm going to glue all these pieces here together. But before I do that, those pieces there I can glue together. But this piece here, before I do that, I will need my trimmer back out again. And Just Jade, oh, that's a nice colour. So I'm just going to grab my square and I'm going to pop that into my trimmer, and I'm going to put point to point, so in the trimmer track. So I'm just going to put a point there and a point there, and then we're just going to pop that into the center, and I'm just going to cut that, so you'll get 2 triangles. So you'll only need one of these, so we'll pop the other one away. And then I'm going to grab this piece, your cardstock piece, and you're going to do the same thing and line that up in the trimmer, and always pop that into the middle so you're not trying to cut, because if you try to cut, like start down here and cut from the point, you'll rip your card stock. So okay, so we don't need that piece, so you can have that for another card for another day. So I'm going to get rid of that. So now this piece here will sit on top of that piece, and that'll be your little design to sit on inside of your card, so your little piece there. So that, now you've got that, we can start sticking all these pieces down. So I'm going to grab my, we'll do that piece first. So I'm going to stick that piece on, and if you don't like using glue, you can use tear tape, you can use your Seal Plus. It's completely up to you. I know a lot of people don't like glue, but I'm actually starting to get really better with the glue. So I'm just going to pop a little border around that, so you've got your nice little border. And once you've done that, okay, so then that's that piece, and then these little pieces here, that's going to be your inside. You could cover that if you like, but I didn't see the point, because your little doily is gonna, and I'll show you what I use for the doilies in a minute. So then that piece is going to sit on top of that one, and then that piece will go on top of that one. Okay. My mum's getting excited. I've booked us for a couple of days away, and we're going to a place called Grindelwald. So, and she's getting excited, so I thought I'd take her away, because she gets bored sitting at the home on her own. So that's those pieces and that piece there. So I'm going to bring my mini cut and emboss machine in, and we're going to use, I also used the circle dies, so the laying circles. So I've got to work out which one I use for that one now. So I'm just going to bring that one in and work out. Oh, nearly dropped that. And I think that was the one that I used for the shaded spruce. And then I needed a bit smaller one for, I think that was the one that I used. Just need to double check. Yeah, and that one. So I'm not quite sure which ones, but it's, I mean, you can have whichever size you like. So, but I'm not really, I'll show you what they measure, and then you'll know. So the scallop one is about 2 1/4 square, about 2 1/4, and the circle one is about 2 1/2 square. Oh, circle. It's 2 1/2 square circle. But so if you want to do it like I'm doing it, and you've got these dies, so I'm just going to grab this piece here, and I know that's going to be actually, I'll use that little piece. That piece there might just fit in there nicely. No, we're just going to, we'll give him a trim down, so you can't have too big of a piece in there. So I'm going to grab this piece here, and that's going to cut my little circle. I wonder if I can do them both at the same time. We'll see. Actually, I'm going to stick you up there a little bit further, and I'll grab my white piece that's with my sentiment on it, and we're going to pop that there. I'm going to do both of these at the same time. So okay, so I'm going to grab my, and I've just stuck them on top of the one that I'm going to okay, so this is another one of the like series of the cards, like how I'm making a card from a folded card. So I've made this one for a swap. So I reckon you made one yesterday, Susan, because you're in the, are you part of my swap group? So like with Green Meadows. So okay, well, part of the swap group. This is the one that I actually made. Okay, come on, go, you can go. He's not gonna go. Okay, maybe I can't do both of them at the same time, so I'm just going to bring you back. Okay, cut you first. So I just don't want to go. That's better. For some reason they didn't want to go together, and I hope I'm not bumping the table. So that was my, I just wanted to show you how easy this little guy works. So I'll stick that one back there, and I've got our circle, and then I'm going to bring that back through, and we're just going to cut this one out here. So okay, yeah, they just didn't want to go through the same time, but that's okay. Hopefully I don't wiggle the table that much. So I'm going to grab that out there, and that's all I need for that little guy. So I'm going to pop him back on the floor. Oh, and I just saved the ruler from crashing to the floor. Okay, so now we've got our card, we've got our pieces, and this piece here I'm going to glue onto, and that was my muck up one at the back. That was just too pushed down, and it went blurry. That's why I restamped. So I'm just going to glue that on top of the shaded spruce piece. So, and I will finish that other one later, and I'll show you how that one turned out. So, but okay. And then I also use these guys here, the Heart of Home doilies. So I'm going to grab one of those out, and I'm just going to grab a couple. I don't know if I was going to use that one there, but I think that'd be too much. So I'm just going to grab one. It doesn't matter which one, because we're going to use the white side. Because these here you have, I think it's Misty Moonlight. You have, I think that's I'm having a mental blank, Cinnamon Cider, and that would be the grey. Don't know if it says it on the back. No, it doesn't. It just says, yeah, there's 30 doilies in the pack. So I'm going to use one of those, but I'm going to use the white side, and that's going to sit on there like that, and then that'll sit on later when we do our adding all our pieces. So now your card, that's done. So now we're just going to start adding all these little bits and pieces, but I'm going to add these pieces here, so that's going to sit, so you're going to only glue half the size. So from point to point, just flip it over, and I'm sticking glue everywhere there. So I'm just going to pop glue on that side of those, so it's not going past that corner piece, like from point to point. So you're just putting a bit of glue on that side, and then you're going to flip it back over, and then that's going to sit on that point there, and that's going to sit on that point there. So you're going from point to point, and then you just flip it over, make sure you didn't get any glue, and then just give it a good press down. I like to flip it over and give it a rub. You can see where I've mucked that one up, but anyway, it's all good. It's still going to work out the same, but I'll just keep this one. And so, and if you wanted to go and have a look at and I'm nearly done when I was, so if you're going to make sure that they're going the same way, so I've started that side, so, but if you like to have different ways you can do it, it's completely up to you how you do it. So this piece is going to go down to the bottom, and it's going to sit on there, and just make sure that that's got no glue, and it doesn't, so just make sure it doesn't slide around. Then this piece here is going to go on top, and it's going to sit in between those squares that you've just put on, but making sure it's not going over, so you've got it even all the way around. So, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to have like glue down the middle there, so it doesn't really matter which side you do it. So, and I'm just going to glue, and I think when I was watching Sam from Mixed Up Crafts with her Nan doing it, she embossed her layers and that. So what I'm going to do now is, like, I've put glue on half that side, and I'm going to pop that onto there, and I'm going to make sure I get it even from this to this square, and it's even on this side here. So, and I'm going to bring that up just to, and I think I've got that pretty even. So, and that's how, and if you want to, you just give that a good rub down from that side. So just got home, we'll watch the start later. Card looks lovely here. I did do a little bit of a muck up at the start, Christine, so but I've redone it again with the other one to show you. So that's starting to take shape now. So, and I think because like I'm cutting through, but I made the other one okay, but yeah, for some reason it just didn't, it doesn't look as deep as that one, so maybe I didn't go as far down with that one, but the other one here that I did is a lot deeper. So yeah, glue all your bits and pieces on before you cut it. So okay, so that part's done. So now this piece here that we're done with the triangle, you're going to do the same thing in here. We're going to glue that into there, but what we're going to do is we're going to pop glue on the inside of that piece. So you're just going to pop a little bit of glue on there, and so I've just stuck a little bit of glue on there, and then I'm going to pop this in, and I'm just going to center it so it's centered on the inside of there. And once you've got that to where you want it and it's looking straight, then just fold that down and give that a good press down. And you might need to just keep an eye on that for a minute. And I really did muck up on my card there, so, but anyway. So I'm just going to give that one a press down just to get it to glue down. So, yeah, I just didn't go down far enough with mine, but like I said, it's hard when you're trying to show how to do it and you can't, and you're not directly over the, and I think mine's going weird because I'm seeing cut lines there that are not meant to be there. So, but it's all good. So if I was to stick that one on there, because the cut lines are going halfway down on this one and they should have come up a bit further. So, but anyway, this one's going to be my my sample one, so I'll never give this one away. Anyway, so now what we're going to do is this piece here is going to go on top of there, and so I'm just going to glue that piece. So all I'm going to do is just glue, pop glue on that side there, and that's just going to go. I'm just going to line that up corner to corner to there, and it's getting warmer here today, so we've had some beautiful weather. So, and then that piece there is just going to sit over the top of that. You could have used black, but I just wanted to see what the green, like the shaded spruce, how that would go today. So what's the time? Yeah, I said I'd only want to be an hour today, and so that piece there is just going to stick on into the center of that. So get that to where you want it, and make sure your words are going straight. You don't want them all going crooked. And there you go. That is your card all complete. So apart from my boo-boo in there, but this one here is a lot better. So I've cut that one up to where so, and I think that one does go down, but it's I can see the boo-boo I've made in there, but it's still okay. But that one's a little bit smaller, and I should have come up a bit more, but there you go. So that is my card. This one I'm actually going to pop. I'm going to pop a little bit of bling on both of these ones. So that was the one I made, and see that is perfect in there. So, but yeah, and I actually did that on the card too. So, but I really need to work out. I'm going to have to do that a lot better. But alright, I was going to put some bling on these. So pop some bling and grab my bling, and I think I might just stick some black on those ones. I think these are the matte black dots. And I'll grab my take your pick tool, and I'm just going to pop one of those there. I'm going to pop, actually, look, I want to do a couple of big ones along there. Let's just do three there. And I'm just going to do, I was going to do what I was going to do a while ago. I'm just going to stick one of those, and then I'm going to go one of those ones, and I was going to go a smaller one, and no, I don't like that. Just as well I didn't. And then I'm just going to go that one there. So I think the dots make it look a lot better. So what do you think? So after all the confusion, so, but that's what the shaded spruce looks like. So, and that's the one that I would have done two, but I knew I'd be here too long. So, and I quite like those colors, like the purple and that, but see, I could change the inside of this one and have like the purple. I might even do the purple with the orange. So, but yeah, so there you go. That is today's project. So hope you give it a try. If you have any problems, please don't hesitate to ask me. So I hope I haven't confused you too much. So okay, thank you. They are beautiful cards. So beautiful card. I'm looking forward to trying this card. I hope get my instructions, like I think it comes down to I think what happened when I was doing it is I watched one, and then I had an easy way of doing it from the other one, and sort of I had both of them together, and I really didn't think it through how I was doing it. But once you get that one there, like I said, it come down to exactly where I wanted it anyway, so it worked out. So you just got to be And if I was like I was over it, I didn't want to stick my head in or bump the camera, but if my head was like over it like I normally do it, it would have worked out really well. It's because if you look at my template here it's perfect. So like, but yeah, but anyway, thank you very much for joining me. If you would like to purchase any of these products, you can, like I said, the bundle, the Friendly Hello, that's a celebration item. So if you'd like this DSP, it's $180. Purchase $180 and you'll get the stamp set and the gorgeous paper free. So along with all the other goodies that you purchase. But if you'd like to purchase the mini cut and emboss machine, that's $83 this month. That's with 20% off, and then it goes along with some other. But I'm going to be coming on a few days, and I'm going to be doing some giveaways throughout this month. Also, I'm going to be showing some cards with some of the stamp set bundles, or the bundles that you can get with 20% off. So, but alrighty, and hopefully I don't muck up the next one. But alrighty, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you give it a go. And if you've got any questions or you need any of the products, please reach out to me, or you can visit my store, which all the details will be at the end of the video. So alrighty then, thank you very much for joining me, and I will catch you next Friday. Alrighty then, bye for now.